Okay, my dear Bridge Saunders.
Gregory.
Eagle looking great, you're dope.
And we're rolling, Gregory.
Greg Saunders.
Wow. Hey, great.
Show us the skills that have made you a media darling.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome, 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 welcome to the Saturday Morning State Line Show.
What I believe is true is we all tend to set two alarms to wake up in the morning. Two alarms. One, of course, is for the person we want to be, and the other is the person who we actually are. I'm Greg. He's Tom. It's your Saturday Morning State Line Show. Good morning, buddy.
Good morning. I once woke up to a 4 alarm, but it was a fire in my house.
Oh, ouch. That was a bad day.
I was only kidding.
Today's going to be a
I was
good
only
day.
kidding on
Today's
that one.
the 27th day of May, the year 2023, the latest it has ever been.
In the history of mankind.
And you made it. Congratulations. Thanks for tuning in. Happy Memorial Day weekend as we remember and honor those who gave everything in service to our country. Is there someone in your family?
I heard somebody say, oh, yeah, there's somebody in everybody's family that's served. But I heard somebody say, don't thank me on Memorial Day. It's not for those who came home. It's
That's
for
Veterans
those who
Day.
didn't come
Veterans
home.
Day, we honor those who served and are still here. Memorial Day, we honor those who served and made the ultimate sacrifice. MemorialDayFoundation.org is a good resource to look up if you're looking for some ideas and things about how to honor Memorial Day. Today is a pretty special day for the Saturday Morning State Line Show. I even got my special shirt on. Look at that. Look at that.
Oh,
Today
wow.
is episode number 500. Now, for those following along and just becoming fans of the Saturday Morning State Line Show on Spotify, you're saying, wait a minute. Last week was episode 162. So this week is 163. You're not wrong. It is episode 163 since going online only. That's being exclusively online. But when we started this show back in the fall of 2013, today would mark episode number 500 since that show.
All right. Now, remember, I told you I've been doing this since 2007. About 3 or 4 weeks in my, about 4 weeks into me getting the job, I started the Saturday morning job with then Stan and Shannon, and then of course Todd and Shannon, and then it was whatever. So I'm probably up to what about 700 or 800 or 1,000 maybe.
You can tack on about
Probably
300
1,000.
more shows for you. Yeah, you're close to the 800 mark, 800 because even every Saturday.
Yeah.
For an additional 6 years, that's about another 50 to 52 a year.
Right.
So yeah, Tom's nearing episode 1,000. As far as the Saturday Morning State Line Show, I think I've personally done about 497 of them. I think Joe filled in on me with me once, or I think you filled in once or twice. Did Scott Bertram fill in once or twice?
At least twice.
So I know Joe did once,
So.
and I know
I don't think so because I did it twice.
Okay. So
and I remember when I did it, it was when I wrenched my knee.
He did it in pain and survived.
Day before the Super Bowl. Oh yeah.
We do have a big number of the week this week, so I should probably get to that before I forget because I'm so excited about episode number 500, but I didn't make a celebration video. So here's our big number of the week. Our big number of the week is not 500. No, our big number of the week this week is 800,000. And the answer is blue whales or beeps.
800,000.
Blue whales or beeps. And our current race to 10 has B-E-E-P-S, beeps. Beep, 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 beep. How many beeps would it take to make you just drive you crazy? Less than 800,000.
Yeah.
Our
Yeah,
current
a
race
lot
to
less.
10 has
I
Tom in
just
the
sent
lead
you
by a
mine.
score of 7. All right, there it is. Tom's got his guess in. We'll get Joann's guess later on, and we've got some shout outs this week that I want to do. That's right. Shout outs for this week include the Chartwell ad agency locally here in Rockford. Yeah. Have you heard of Chartwell Agency?
I don't think so.
They have an office on the corner of East State and Wyman, the first road just to the west of the river. I think it's, is that Wyman? I don't know why I'm thinking that. Anyway, they've got an office there, and about a month or so back, I auditioned to be a part of a TV commercial that they're filming for a bank in Wyoming, of all places. And they had
Oh, I remember you talking about this. Yeah.
yeah. So I got a role in this commercial, and I got to be the bad guy. So last Saturday, I was acting in a commercial for a bank that hopefully they'll let me show the commercial once it's finished here on our show, because we're not going to see it locally. It's going to be for a bank out in Wyoming. You're not going to see this on Rockford TV. But I like to have proof that I did what I said I did. That would be kind of nice. But anyway, shout out to Chartwell Agency and all of their film crew, and Josiah Showstrom from City Stage Studios. He handled the lighting for the shoot. We had the commercial kitchen space over in Rockford City Market. So the second floor commercial kitchen space, we used that as this film studio because the commercial was a spoof of a baking show competition. And I was the bad baking show competition competitor, and I was the loser. So I got paid to be a loser. It was fun. It was fun to be to do that. But shout out to Chartwell for putting on a great shoot there last Saturday. Shout out this week to Starlight Theater. Of course, Starlight Theater season is opening 1 week from this Wednesday, June the 7th. The Starlight season opens with Footloose. I can't encourage you enough to get out and see these shows this summer. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's a run that goes through June, and there's runs that go through July. So if you can't catch Footloose June 7th through the 10th, catch us in July when we do the second run. If you can't catch In the Heights in their June run, catch them in their July run. And then there's Oliver, which has got a huge cast and a whole bunch of some of the Rockford's most talented kids. It's amazing what these kids are doing on stage. You definitely want to see that. And then Cinderella, you're going to want to bring the kids to see Cinderella, either in the June run or in July. And then in August, they're doing a kids only show, or I shouldn't say kids only, but a kids focused show, Stinky Cheese Man. I'm not familiar with Stinky Cheese Man. But here it's a pretty funny show, and it'll be like a 50-minute musical, something shorter, so that you can bring your kids to. They'll laugh, they'll have a good time, and they may or may not want to get involved in theater at some point in their lives. So anyway, check out Starlight Theater, RVC Starlight Theater, Rock Valley College. Get your tickets now. Two other quick shout outs. One is to the in crowd. Chris Offenwanger from MP Heating and Cooling hosted in crowd for the month of May, and we did that over at the Mill Saloon, which is brand new. If you were ever inside Cronies when it was Cronies, you remember how dark it was in there? It was kind of a Northwoods bar feel, right? Paneling, wood on the ceiling, wood on the walls. It was dark. They ripped all of that out, so now it's brighter in there. There is a huge cement bar, and it's really well done. It's beautiful in there. Good food. Enjoyed a good time there. Kudos to Mandy at the Mill for hosting, and for Chris Offenwanger from MP Heating and Cooling for sponsoring. And our in crowd this month really just turned into kind of like a social hour, happy hour, instead of a meeting. But we had a decent turnout and it was a good time. And then one last shout out this week. Want to give a shout out to Cheryl. Congratulations to Cheryl on her new Rockton condo. Team sold on Tony, Keller Williams Realty signature. Really, really happy for this lady who is ready to no longer have to take care of the lawn and shoveling and the things that someone in their 80s shouldn't have to do. So she's now got her condo.
Oh, that alone makes it worth it.
Yeah. Her kids are very happy about that. So
Yeah.
those are my shout outs. I know you got a couple of this week as well. What do you got, Tom?
I had a couple things. One of the things is I'm really big on customer service. I hate bad customer service. Okay. So the first one is once in a while fish fry, Friday night fish fry, and I wanted to give them a shout out because the price is good, the food is phenomenal, the service is phenomenal. Every 3B's cafe up on Second. It's just so very, very experience. And the Friday night fish is that's my shout out. I know we're not all about advertising for-profit places, but I just wanted to throw that out there. But the other thing that I wanted to say that no end, when you get your phone number to a third party, drives me nuts. And I am now with, I'm not going to give you who I was with, doesn't matter because they're for Pure Talk. That's who I'm with
You are cutting up
service
big time
now. It has been a
Why
month.
did your signal go bad?
The reason, what's it? What? I'm sorry, say that again.
Your signal's getting all choppy again. We went from a 10 down to a 7. Come on, signal.
Yeah, I don't know. And I'm now. I have no idea this happens.
Time to hardwire you, Tom. It's time to hardwire you. All right. Well, you stand by. Okay, we're going to bring on our guest because we want to make.
But I'm 10 feet, not even 10 feet from the.
I know. It's a weird thing going on. All right, so you stand by for a second. We're going to bring in Matt. Matt Aukes is with the Cosmo Club of Rockford and also the Carz R Us. Which how long have you been in business now with Carz R Us, Matt?
We're almost 15 years, so I'm not at 500 episodes, but we're in business almost 15 years up in McChesney Park on 173 there.
You're nearing your 500,000th customer served, is what you're
exactly
after 15 years and all the cars and stuff that you guys been up there. You've been at 2 different locations, right? This is your second location that you.
Yeah, it was kind of forced upon us. We bought next to, if you're familiar with 251 and 173, we were next to Northwest Bank up there. They were actually not there when we opened. And then they widened that road, so they knocked our building down. We moved across the street and just a little bit west, right by Tread Rock Tires. And then if you get to the fire station, you went too far.
Awesome. Okay. All right.
Yeah, and speaking of your musicals, I'm going in the Heights. I used to teach high school band.
Oh,
my
yeah.
Middle school band. And we, in the Heights, Lin-Manuel wrote that. For those that don't know, he wrote Hamilton. And that's an amazing musical. Probably my wife's favorite musical. So we're super excited to go that. We're taking our 2 boys with us.
It's how do you describe In the Heights? It's a more celebratory version of Rent, maybe. I don't.
Yep. People moving from Puerto Rico, and getting used to American life and trials and tribulations. It's a really and the movie version, if you haven't seen it, it's really good. Like some of the movie versions are not that good. That one is excellent.
It is. Shout out to Lynn this morning. Thank you for the shout out on the milestone of our 500 episode. And then and Jamie also chiming in, reminding everybody, Cosmo Club and Carz R Us, a bunch of awesome people doing awesome things. And that's what we want to focus on right now is the Cosmo Club of Rockford. Matt, what is the Cosmo Club of Rockford? Tell us all about it.
Well, the Cosmo Club is basically a nonprofit that raises funds for other nonprofits. So we do all sorts of different fundraisers in the community. I'm on the chair, one of the chairs for the golf outing. We do a poinsettia fundraiser every year. We do some different card nights that we raise money that we volunteer for. Next weekend, there's a event at Buster's that, we raise money. Brandon Gruner heads that up, that they're going to be raising money for, just volunteering at, the event and, doing 50-50 raffles, running the bar, all that kind of stuff. So basically we just find different events that we can do that help the community, and then we raise money and we donate that back. So last year alone, we just did our sponsorship awards dinner, which was fantastic. We donated $87,290 back to local nonprofits. And since we started our partnership, our main cause is diabetes. So we've donated over $600,000 back to the Crusader Clinic, which that's been an awesome relationship.
Awesome. So diabetes is the main focus, but you're also involved in doing other things.
Yeah, so I'll give you a small snippet of the list that we donated back to. We did Northwest Community Center, $4,000, Brave Hearts, $3,500, the Pregnancy Care Center, $3,000, Rock House Kids, $3,000, Family Peace Center, $3,000. The list goes on. So basically, we have a grant that they apply for, and then we have a committee that votes on those grants, and then we put those out at the awards banquet every year. So, this is an ongoing thing. I think last year we were, probably 70,000, 75,000 in 21 raised. This 87,000 was from 22, and 60 grand we raised at the golf outing. So that's one of our largest events. That in Poinsettia, we do a March Madness event, which is a blast. So yeah, we do a lot of good stuff, and great group of people in the organization. We have a lot of fun doing it. It's one of those groups where you're not just going and sitting there bored. We do for the Poinsettia night, for Poinsettia deliveries, we do a sort night, which sounds absolutely boring, and it's one of the funnest nights I do. We have a blast. We make fun of each other. We do some little side bets where we're betting on stupid things, just having a blast, and that's what it's about.
A pretty awesome deal. So one of the biggest events you do besides the poinsettias is, of course, the golf day. So big, you got to be on 2 courses.
Yeah. So I'll give you the lowdown. It's Friday, August 11th this year, and we pretty much sell out both courses. Forest Hills right now is one of the courses, and then Montecito is the other one. Forest Hills is already sold out. Montecito has room open, so they can register. You're on our site. If they just search Rockford Cosmopolitan Golf Outing or Rockford Cosmo Golf Outing, they'll find our page to be able to register. It's $175, includes lunch, dinner, the awards ceremony. We got prizes out there for longest drive, closest tee, longest putt. We got a putting contest. We got a huge auction that you can bet on, auction off stuff. You can do 50-50 raffles. I mean, this is a premium event. It's a blast. We start at 11 with lunch at each course, and then dinner is at Forest Hills this year after both courses wrap up their golf outing, and then we do the putting contest at Forest Hills, and then we have our awards banquet and party on. So yeah, and it's a blast. I mean, everybody has a great time. If you're not good at golf, don't worry about it. Half of the people are good, half are not. So you don't have to be a golfer to do the event. And it's $175 for each participant, or you could do a foursome if you've got 3 others that you want to golf with.
Awesome. Very cool. So I think I put it on here, birdease.com, Rockford Cosmo. There's the website address for those who want to check that out. And it's not, if you're thinking of doing this, you need to get in now.
It fills up. And one of the things too that we have available, if you are in a business that you think might benefit from notoriety at our event, again, we sell out 2 courses. We're the only golf outing in the community that does that. Every other one is 1 course. So it's a huge event. We have tee sponsorships, which are $125. It's an 18 by 24 sign that we put at the tees at different holes on the courses. Or we have some major sponsorships. Those start at $1,500 and go up. We got 9 of those left. And those are all on the site there. You can go under the register tab to get to registering for that. And that's where the T signs are. So you can actually add that right to the cart when you register for the event. Or under the sponsorship tab, it's got all the bigger sponsorships. So those are the 2 main tabs. You can check us out, though, if you've never heard of us or haven't been to one of our events. It's a great time. We have a blast. It's professionally ran. We do, we make sure that everything's handled. You get Titleist golf balls with it. I mean, we're at that upper level. We got some golfers in there that got to have the Titleist, right?
They know how it's done. That's right. This is all top level stuff. So check out the website. Again, it's rfdcosmo.org. You can start there, and then it'll get you to all the other stuff that's going on with the Rockford Cosmopolitan Club. It's a huge club. Doesn't mean there's still not room for you. Check it out. Awesome. Very cool. So when it comes to real quick about what you do at Carz R Us, tell us a little bit about your business and what Carz R Us is all about. Why you've been doing what you've been doing for 15 years.
Well, as I mentioned before, Greg, I used to teach high school band, and when I stopped that, I looked at how do we help educate people, because that's my background. I think automotive industry in general really lacked in that back in 2009 when we started, and people deserve transparency. The days of you need this and I don't see it and I have no proof that you're actually doing it or that my car actually needs it, that's outdated, and that creates a lack of trust. So we do a lot of things that enable people to really trust us and feel good about what we're doing for them. And I think that's what separates us, that we've got a 4.7 Google rating. If you look at our reviews, pretty much everything's 5 stars over the last several years. We do a digital inspection, so you get that text or emailed to you. It's got pictures of, let's say you got an oil leak. There's a picture of the oil leak. We're not telling you have it, we're showing you. And then we're saying, hey, look, this is a small leak. We're going to monitor this. We don't need to do anything yet. Or this is a big leak. You're low on oil. This needs to get addressed. We either need to go in deeper because we don't know what it is leaking. We got to clean it, put dye in there, have you come back. Or we know what it is. Here's a price to fix it. So that way you're not getting sold something. We're educating you. All of our estimates are in 3 stages, which make it very easy too. So it's, what did you bring it in for? Repairs, maintenance. So down that list, you can look down, okay, I got this much budget. I go down the list until I run out of budget. That's what you do. So we're not telling you how much budget you have. We're just guiding your budget to put it in the appropriate resources and make the vehicle last as long as possible by being cost effective, but also talking about those things that, what I see is a lot of shops don't spend the time that it takes in the customer interaction part and then the technician inspection part. Those get skimped on, and then you lose, as a customer, you lose. Oh, great, I didn't spend money on that. Yeah, but they didn't tell you about it. And then what's happening is things are breaking that were preventable, and you're either being towed in, one thing breaks and you're affecting other things, like your struts go bad and now you need tires and you need brakes and things like that. And the ride quality is not there, and then everything escalates. So we try to give you everything. We don't want to overwhelm you, but we also want to be transparent and say, here's what it needs. Wherever your budget is, let's do that. And then just start to budget for these other items. And that way you move maintenance into your plan, because a lot of people don't hear about maintenance from their shop. And that makes their vehicle just broke all the time,
Matt, I was going to say, I always appreciate your candor. Every time you come on with us, you always do such a great job at telling us what you guys do. What I was trying to talk about earlier before my computer started messing up is the customer service aspect of it. The biggest part of customer service is trust. Yeah. If you trust your mechanic, if you trust your grocery guy, if you trust your accountant, they're going to get repeat business. The whole trust factor is 100% the most important part of it. So I appreciate that. I've been to enough mechanics lately, and I get, I don't get the full story. And that's exactly what you're talking about. You don't get the full story. And then you leave. It's like, well, they didn't even look at that. Well, I didn't ask them to, but they didn't offer it up. You at least have to offer it up. You at least have to, put it on the scope and say, well, this is what we found. If you want to do something about it, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to. So that I very much appreciate, the whole customer service thing. And while I'm still actually 10 out of 10 or whatever it is, I wanted to say that me switching over to Pure Talk, I've gotten 0, and I mean 0 robocalls, scam calls, because they're not selling my information. And that right there is the trust factor. I trust Pure Talk. You go wherever you want, but all I can tell you is every single phone carrier I've had over the last however many years. I've gotten scam call after scam call after scam call. I've been with Pure Talk now for 1 month, and this isn't my first go around with them. The only reason I have to change is if my phone dies, my phone breaks. Pure Talk isn't local. They're not they don't have a brick and mortar building. So I have to do everything on the internet. Then I have to go find a phone, go with a different carrier for a little while, and then go back to Pure Talk. Anyway, that's just my weird story, but I just wanted to put it out there. But more than that, I wanted to say I appreciate your customer service. I do, and I know a lot of people. That's why you've been in business for 15 and are successful. So
You got a pretty big shop there too. How many people are working for you now, Matt?
I've got 10 total staff, and some of the things like with the trust factor, and honestly, automotive too is convenience, because who wants to have to sit in an auto shop, right? I mean, no offense to any customers, we don't want you there because your day is interrupted with our process, right? Like the dentist, you can't have a dentist visit through Zoom, right? I mean, it doesn't really work, but you could have us pick up your car at your place of business as your residence. We have loaner cars. We do a lot of things like that are huge. Obviously, we're part of the community. We just sponsored Whitman Elementary School. They needed a DJ for their end of school event. Boom, here's a check, and that's my passion, is being able to help the community and not be absorbing it, but be part of it, and I think that goes a long way with what we do with Cosmos, with all the different events and stuff, and the trust factor, the digital inspections. And one of the things that we've learned along the way too is, like, we used to say brakes at 25% or things like that, and we've gone to measurements on everything. And the reason being, again, is because you take your car from me and you go to another place and they say, oh no, you got 40%. That's an arbitrary number, right? So what we want to do is provide you evidence that is not something that you can then dispute. So if I tell you your brake pads are at 4 millimeters, they're 4 millimeters. We measure them and we take a picture with the measurement tool and the brake pad in your picture, right? So you know exactly what they are. At 4, we start recommending them. By 2, they're metal on metal, and you might be in the calipers. We try to give you that so you know exactly where you're at. I always say, like, tires. Why are you surprised that you need tires? Aren't they getting lower and lower along the way? Why isn't anybody telling you? Tires are not cheap, right? We want to know ahead of time that we need them. So that's where our inspection gives you all of that. And you can start, I need tires this fall. I'm going to start budgeting for them. They're $1,000 or whatever they are. You can start that process 6 months, 4 months before you need them, which is way less stressful.
A 30,000 mile radial is generally speaking, 30,000 mile radial for the average driver. Maybe you drive a little differently.
Maybe you use those brakes like I do, and you wait till the last second to stop. That tends to wear tires out.
That's right.
Or the potholes around here. Those are a little hard to avoid.
Oh yeah. Welcome to Rock.
We all drive different. We all take care of our cars differently. But like you're saying, there comes a point where you want to know, okay, I'm close to needing this done. At what point do I say, get this done now before it becomes a major issue? And that's where you want to have a trusted tech that can tell you, hey, you know what? You're probably good through your next oil change, but I wouldn't go 2 oil changes with this problem, because then something major is going to happen. Now you're replacing a whole stinking engine or something like that. So
yeah,
you want to know that stuff.
And these newer vehicles, we're going higher mileage on oil changes and services. And what we see is 2 things that are the biggest preventative things you can do. One, oil consumption. That's a huge issue. A lot of vehicles are coming in 1, 2, 3 quarts, 4 quarts low on oil.
Yikes.
Where you're losing that oil, and then you're continuing to drive it because nobody's checking it, and you end up doing engine, like, once it's low on oil, you're doing engine damage. You might not hear it, but as it progresses, it's doing engine damage while you're low on oil, right? It can't lubricate the internal components, right? And the other thing is the fuel system. We used to have fuel that went over the tops of the valves, so it would clean them. Now the fuel goes direct in the engine on almost all these new vehicles. They call it GDI, or gas direct injected, right? So what happens is those valves on the top are not getting cleaned. And if you're not having somebody clean those, we have a machine that goes in. You can't do it on your own. If you don't have that clean, those valves start to stick, and you're in the big engine jobs because you're not getting that stuff clean, and it hurts your fuel economy. There's a lot of those are 2 big aspects that aren't super expensive, but you can avoid a lot of the bigger engine and fuel problems if you're doing smaller services like that. So if you're not getting recommended things like that where you're going, they're not doing their jobs. And that's what I see is lack of information provided, and they just wait for it to break and then sell you stuff. And that's not maintenance. That's not how somebody should be maintaining your car.
Not good service. Well, if
Nope.
anyone is in need of some car repair, check out Carz R Us up in, you're technically McChesney Park, right? That's
Technically McChesney, yes, sir.
McChesney Park. And of course, the big golf day for Cosmo Club is Friday, August 11th. Sorry, the Forest Hills portion is already sold out, but there are still some slots at Montecito. And then when you're all done at Montecito, you can head over to Forest Hills for the big dinner party and all that fun stuff. So check that out. And we also put on here in the chat, we put the links to the websites. So I really appreciate you being on with us this morning, Matt. And anything you want to shoot out before we let you go? Anything we forgot to cover?
I don't think so. Just enjoy your Memorial Day weekend. Thanks for having me on, Tom and Greg. And, I love what you guys do for the community and this show. It's invaluable. I think we need awareness to what's going on, because as I've gotten more into nonprofits, I realize how many local nonprofits we have around here that do amazing work. And if everybody picks one thing that they really love and puts energy into it, they will feel so much better. Like when I started getting involved in this stuff, it's uplifting, it really is. And I know you guys understand that and feel the same way. And that's what it's about. Give back to the community, be part of something that's greater than yourself, and you're going to reap the benefits of it the way you feel and the way that you live your life day to day. And I think that's really important.
Absolutely. Give where you live, and
Well said.
pick one that you want to support the most. You can support as many as you can, obviously, but it's nice to kind of focus on one as much as you can, because that'll help them out immensely. So appreciate the good word, Matt, and we'll look forward to catching up with you down the line at some more networking events.
All right. Thanks, guys. Have a great Memorial Day weekend.
Thank you, Matt.
You too, buddy.
Carz R Us and the Rockford Cosmo Club. And Joann is standing by at PAWS, but she's not in her chair at the moment. So I'm not going to go to Joann at this very second.
Well, just one quick thing. What he said was get out and support your local charities. Properly vet them. Because
Make sure you know what
want
to
to
give to.
give to a charity administrative cost.
Yeah. There's a lot of different resources. We had Dan Ross on from Community Foundation of Northern Illinois before, and of course they oversee a lot of the funds for local area not-for-profits and businesses to help them do their charity work well and managed. So there's a lot of resources here in town. We're really blessed in Rockford to have a lot of different things available to us. One of those things that we have available to us is Altruize, and this is not just local. This is all around the world. This week's SMS info is unofficially brought to you by Altruize, the app that enables volunteers to track, verify, and maintain their very own community service data for a lifetime. Altruize, tell a better story. Live a better life. And this week, want to focus, shout out to stuff that's happening around the Rockford region. The North End City Market is back. It kicks off and is back open again. Here we go. Get this back up. Boom. North End City Market is every Saturday, 8:30 to 12:30, right there, just south of the roundabout off Auburn, near the intersection of North Main and Auburn
I was there
Street.
last week. I went there after
you
our
made it
show.
okay?
I did. My
Veggies,
daughter
fruits,
wanted some weird looking mushroom and some pickles. So I went to pick them up. She can't get over to this side of town. She works overnights, and so Saturday mornings are tough for her. So
Pretty
it's a
much
really cool place. I mean, a lot of neat stuff.
across the street from the Norwegian over there on the North End City Market.
Yep.
Happening today. It already started, goes till 9 o'clock tonight. America's Team Table Tennis Championship is at the UW Health Sports Factory. And there's an exhibition tonight at 6 p.m., a new event, part of the America's Team Table Tennis Championship, hosted by Everyone Loves Table Tennis, featuring the top 10 players of the league. The tournament has hundreds of competitors, ranging in age from 7 to 80. Hello. This is the 12th time that Rockford has hosted And there's 48 teams, 25 different countries represented, the highest number of teams and international players that they've ever had. And they're all right here in Rockford today. The admission is free. UW Health Sports Factory, 305 South Madison Street. That looks like it'll be pretty cool and pretty fun. Meet at the Confluence is up there in South Beloit today from 1 till 2:30, free admission, celebrating the start of summer with nature at the Confluence. Kids' story time starts at 1, 2 o'clock. Get your toes wet. Enjoy a family creek walk in Kelly Creek. You want to have closed-toed shoes when you do that, though. By the way, you don't just want to walk around the creek in bare feet. You don't know what you're going to step on. So yeah, wear your closed shoes. This is a collaboration event with the South Beloit and Beloit Public Libraries from 1 to 2:30 up there. Nature at the Confluence on Dickup Street, South Beloit. Miracle Mile Cruise and Car Show is happening. Rockford Speedway is the place to be this morning, and then this afternoon at Don Carter Lanes for the actual car show. This might be it. The last time to cruise the track at Rockford Speedway. I think only cars pre-registered get to do that, so that already has passed. But spectating is free for the Miracle Mile Cruise and Car Show, and you'll see all kinds of cool cars at Don Carter Lanes over on East State Street.
I know they're demoing the Forest Hills Lodge or Sherwood, whatever it's called, out there on 173. When are they demoing the?
I have
Rockford
not heard
Speedway?
a date on that, but this is the final season of the Speedway.
Yeah. This is the final season, right? So they always do something in September, like a goodbye, farewell, whatever.
I would think they're not even going to demo it. Will they do it over the wintertime? I don't know. We'll see as we get closer to that. And then finally, we've been talking about the concerts on the creek at Spring Creek UCC. They've got free admission, donations accepted, 7 to 9 p.m. tonight. The Trinidora Band returns, celebrating the music and lives of Roy Orbison, Patsy Cline, Brenda Lee, Johnny Cash, Buddy Holly, Janelle and Ron sing all kind of great music and acoustics, and it's all happening at the Spring Creek Church, 4500 Spring Creek Road. Free admission, donations accepted, but the seating is limited. There's only 150 seats. You want to get there early. I think the doors open at 6.
If you're a Roy Orbison fan and or a Patsy Cline fan, that'd be probably a good show to go to. I'm a fan of both. I'm not a huge fan, but I mean, I'm definitely a fan of both. I think Roy Orbison has, they say that Freddie Mercury has 4 octaves. Hi, Joann. 4 octave level. I think Roy Orbison does too. He is phenomenal. Was phenomenal.
Hey, our buddy Aaron Wilson from Channel 23 is going to be the Ski Bronx MC announcer for the first part of the Ski Bronx Water Ski Show season, which opened last night, by the way. Every Wednesday and Friday night, free ski shows at 7 p.m. down at Shorewood Park in Loves Park. And the guy everyone knows and loves, Aaron Wilson from Channel 23, he'll be guest emceeing through June 9th. Speaking of classic voices and legendary performers, Tina Turner passed away this past week. What's Love Got to Do with It? The Best. So many great hits. She was 83. She was living in Switzerland. She began her singing career back in the 50s. Stayed popular even through the MTV era, through the 80s. Tina Turner, again, was 83. There's a Japanese ice cream company that has a new flavor that's garnered the honor of being the world's most expensive ice cream. $6,700 per serving. Is that one scoop? I don't know. Ingredients include rare white truffles, Parmigiano, and sake lees. Oh, it doesn't come with a waffle cone, so I don't even know why we're bothering. Forget it. Yeah.
Truffles are chocolate.
White
they're
truffles.
Mushrooms or they're chocolate, either one.
Oh, that's what I used to think.
I'm
truffles
pretty
were
sure
mushrooms.
In this case,
There's something that
No.
pigs help you find. They dig out of the ground.
Okay.
Yeah, they're very expensive and somewhat rare.
right, but chocolate truffles. I don't know why they call them truffles. The truffles themselves are mushrooms.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great.
Okay.
I don't know. I haven't tried them anyway. It doesn't matter.
If you're big users of sunscreen, you might want to throw out the older sunscreen. A new report by consumer advocacy group EWG says 75% of sunscreens on store shelves contain very harmful ingredients. The most concerning chemical is oxybenzone, which is known for hormone disruption and other issues, but it still remains legal. There's another chemical called octocrylene, which can become a carcinogen when it breaks down. The more I read about sunscreens, it sounds like some of the skin cancer some people have been getting might be caused more by the actual sunscreen than the sun. All I'm saying is you might want to do a little research on that before you start lathering on just any old random sunscreen, because some of these chemicals might be actually the cause of the cancer and not preventing the cancer. That's all I'm saying.
I thought it was because of their shelf life, but you're saying because of the ingredients.
The ingredients, the actual oxybenzone and octocrylene cause major issues.
That's kind of scary.
It is. It is. The more I read about it, I'm like, not happy. Barbecue season is here. About 60% of Americans own a barbecue grill. More than half of grill owners say they use their grills on a regular basis. What are your favorite barbecue foods, Tom and Joann? What do you like the barbecuing?
Well,
for
the easiest one is hot dogs.
Yeah, hot dogs
No,
are
hot dogs-
sticks.
But I know that's
dogs
not
on the
technically
grill are like a different
grilling.
meat. It's
Well, let's just call it
not
grilling.
Grilling?
Exactly.
So there's a top 7 list. Tom picked
Yeah.
number 6, hot dogs.
Well, yeah.
I'll just say, I guess I like hamburgers.
Hamburgers are
Burgers.
number 2. 19% of American grill owners, that's their favorite. Chicken's number 3 at 18%.
Probably.
Bratwurst is number 5 at 6%. Pork chops is number 7 at 3%.
So
And the
what's
number
number
1, Tom is right. Steaks.
Steaks. Oh.
34% of Americans. 34%
should-
steak.
Just to mention, for Mother's Day, I did have steak on the grill.
Nice.
I didn't cook it. My son-in-law, whose birthday was on Thursday.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. I haven't done steak on the grill in so long. We do them every once in a while at my brother-in-law's place because we usually cook out just about every Sunday out there over the summer. But it's usually chicken and hot dogs and brats. But a good steak on the grill. Hard to pass up.
Steak on the Barbie.
Where is this? All right. Thank you very much, Lynn. I was looking for my scroll. Boom. I forgot to run my scroll. That's what I wanted to do. Scroll, SMS info. There we go. Some randoms for this week. Grape Nuts cereal was once advertised as a way to help with sobriety.
Because you get sober chewing it.
I thought it was promoted by dentists to break your teeth so that you needed a dentist to fix it.
Helping you remain.
Help with sobriety. That's all it says. Helping with sobriety. Don't know how. Richard Branson's space company, Virgin Orbit, is now officially done, over with. They are bankrupt. They're selling all their assets to the other space companies. I'm sure the competition was helpful, but SpaceX has kind of made itself, and Blue Origin are the big leaders now in the space race these days. And finally, from The Ringer, Bill Simmons says that Spotify is developing tools that use AI versions of popular hosts' voices to produce targeted podcast ads. I got to bring that up because now that we're on Spotify, if you ever hear one of our voices, like if you hear Joann advertising for Coca-Cola, that doesn't mean she read that. They might just be using her voice to make you think she's endorsing Coca-Cola. You got to be very careful.
Like someone would care what I endorse.
Well, it's coming. It's this AI thing is really, really going to be interesting here for a while as voices and images are
Joann
duplicated.
Stewart only drinks.
Yeah. I mean, yes, when I was a teenager, I loved Mountain Dew, but I would not advertise for Mountain Dew anymore. I'm not a Mountain Dew drinker anymore. That's not. So give me a sweet tea. I'll advertise a sweet tea. Yeah, sweet tea companies. I would love to endorse your sweet tea. Bring it on. We'll do it right here. For those that want to support our stream, by the way, we've got the QR code up in the top corner of the screen, and we're support our show. We'll put this right here too. Buy a
we have
donut.
now. Wow.
You don't have to buy
I
a
never
donut.
understood that, but I'm impressed.
I haven't posted this for a while, so I wanted to throw this out there. You can support our stream with the QR code. And
He still didn't send us our
no headphones.
no headphones.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, that was the other one. If you want to gift us headphones, they're only $20. Wouldn't it be nice if we all wore matching headphones? That'd be kind of fun. Anyway, thanks for
No,
watching, listening. Our Spotify stream is up and active, and we're very, very happy and proud of that. All right, kids. I think that's everything off of my shout outs and SMS info page for the week. Before we get to our big number of the week and wrap things up, Joann, what are we looking at PAWS?
Oh, our garage sale is our flea market thing is coming up.
Yeah. That's June
You
7th.
said it as I just looked at it on my Facebook page.
It's coming up in June, but yeah, the no fleas market. The no fleas market.
Something. I'm sorry.
Here
Did
it
you
is.
want to do it?
I found it.
Quick look.
I found it. There it is. Boom. Yard sale, the no fleas market. Held June 17th from 9 to 1. Right there at the PAWS Humane Society location, the Cherryvale Mall. Anyone who wants to sell their stuff, crafts, baked goods. They were also looking for some
Hey,
food.
this could be a big weekend, though.
Yes. Should be an awesome weekend.
There's our list 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 dogs, and cats are doing great. And we're open all weekend for adoption. So
All right.
come on out. There's some cats begging for a home. Please. I love this one. Look at this fuzzy girl. She isn't going to talk now. She really wants a home. Adopt me, Tom. Tom. I need a home. Adopt me, Tom. Her name is
All right,
Clover.
fine. Clover.
And this fuzzy lovely. Me too, Tom. Look. Please.
Oh, that's what a beautiful cat.
This is Nellie. Nellie says, please let me out of here.
Love the
Tom,
coloring on her.
you have the key.
Oh.
And this one has given up on Tom.
Yeah.
It's just some of our kittens that are probably going fast. Oh, I'm sorry, they're being cuddled right now.
Oh, by the way, Tom and Joanna, B chimed in. B says that the demo date for the Forest Hills Lodge could be as early as July 1st. For the
Oh,
lodge.
really?
Not for the
Okay.
speaker, for the lodge.
Yeah, right.
What is closing?
Yeah, Forest Hills Lodge, they might start demoing that as early as July 1st. It sounds.
And then the Speedway is next because that whole thing has been. Greg, any idea what they're putting up there?
I think it's still in talks. I don't think it's been settled yet.
I heard Walmart, but then again, Walmart gets thrown around every
No.
time there's a new
The last I
potential
heard,
building.
it's most likely not a big box store that'll be going in there. It'll be like another strip mall type of a thing. multiple businesses, but there's got to be something big, right? That's a big plot of land, so we'll see.
Look at that beautiful coat.
Wow, that's a leopard right there. Or stripes or something. Boy, I don't know. It's
like a part Bengal.
Yeah. Wow, what a beautiful cat.
Can't. Dakota. She came from but that coat is just awesome.
Yeah.
So that kind of is a brief. She says, and not to forget, this one is a little bit look of a Siamese. I don't know. It's kind of got quiet on your end. Marcia, I don't. So I'm learning the name. I didn't hear the big number.
All right, we'll get your big number on here, but first we're going to.
I'll get my eye on those M&Ms there.
There we
You
go.
have to come to the
Again, for all things PAWS, give them a call. 815-299-PAWS. 815-299-7297. Check out the website, pawshs.org. Awesome. All right. The big number of the week this week. What does this say? Check it out. Oh, okay. Thank you for that. Big number of the week this week. Before I get to the big number, do I have time to do this?
Maybe.
I think I have time to do this. Maybe I have time to do this.
Sure.
Give it one more time. One more time. This is show number 500.
Wow.
500. 500 Saturday morning state line shows since we started way back in 2013. Yes, online version, it's episode 163. So it'll be a while before we get to the online version of the episode 500.
Well,
this was
doing
inspired.
actual radio by then.
Maybe. But this was, I was inspired to count our shows when our friends over at Good Day State Line a few weeks ago said that they reached episode number 500. And I was like, I wonder if we've gotten to 500 yet. So I just started counting up all the shows from when we very first started way back in October of 2013. And I was
That's
like,
a lot of Saturdays we've spent together.
it's a lot of Saturdays. That's a lot of Saturdays. And look at us here 10 years later. We're still friends. Or at least we're still pretending to be friends. People don't know.
Getting younger.
All right, let's do this. Let's get our big number of the week.
Friendly.
Where's my video clip? There it is. Video.
Oh,
All right, our big number of the week this week. Our current race to 10, by the way, has Tom in the lead by a score of 7-4. But Joann is feeling it just like the Boston Celtics. She's not giving up. She's going to come back and try to win this series.
Yeah.
That's amazing to me. I thought the Heat was going to close them out in 4 or 5, but now they're going to game 6. So anyway, our big number of the week this week is
3-0.
Overconfidence. Something happened. And injuries too. 800,000.
Yeah.
800,000. Our answer this week is blue whales or beeps. Blue whales or beeps. Tom has already told me what his guess is. So Joann, give me your guess. 3, 2, 1, go.
Beeps.
You're both going with beeps. Maybe I won't have to give either one of you a point this week.
Neither of us won.
Well, if you study blue whales are pretty awesome, right? They're one of the largest mammals on Earth, and they swim. And their blue whale's tongue is very heavy. In fact, the tongue of a blue whale can weigh as much as 5,280 pounds. That's not 800,000 though. Congratulations, you both got points. Yes, pagers. Pagers are not yet obsolete, not even close, according to the Wall Street Journal. For today's doctors, studies show phones have overtaken pager use, though many are still using the one-way beeping communication devices. A U.S. company called Spock, S-P-O-K, they still make pagers and other communication technology for healthcare providers. They say 800,000, little over 800,000 of its pagers are still in use today. It was at one point, though, 6.6 million pagers in use back in 2004. So, yeah, the use of pagers has dropped down dramatically thanks to smartphones, but there are still some healthcare providers that prefer to use their pagers for whatever reason. I'm sure the technology's changed over the 20 plus, 30 plus years that pagers have been in use. So anyway, congratulations. It's now 8-5 in our
It's almost there.
the 10. Gosh. All right. I think we covered all of our bases.
I was up 8-3 last time, and I ended up losing.
That's true.
What do you think? I didn't hear his comment.
It was 8-3 back in the fall when you came back and won back in the fall. So
that I came back and won the thing.
not over till it's over. Just ask the Miami Heat.
Yep.
I thought for sure. I thought for sure Jimmy Butler was going to close them out. I thought it was done. And
Boston
he came
is
back.
a really good team. Yeah.
They
Yeah,
are.
Boston's a really good, and you've got you got professionals out there, kind of the fire, and maybe they heard you. Maybe, how can you lose 4-0? How do you do that?
How do you
And,
lose?
a very pivotal game. Yeah, it's never happened in basketball. 100 times there's been a 3-0 lead, and it's 150 wins. 150 wins, 0 loss for that. There'd be a game 7 still, but if Boston wins tonight, they'll take game 7 in Boston.
Probably.
I don't see them pushing that. So tonight,
Before we
Miami
forget-
has to win. It's for Miami.
The Green Bay Packers are going to host the 2025 NFL Draft, April of 2025. Big deal out for this city on so many levels.
Nice.
The NFL bringing its huge event to Green Bay, Wisconsin. There's already people complaining about it because, there's not as many things to do in Green Bay as there is in some of the big cities. But you're not that far from Milwaukee.
So sad. They did it in Nashville. Nashville is the second smallest football city next to
Are
Green
you
Bay.
sure? I thought
Nashville
Buffalo was
only.
smaller than Nashville.
I don't know. I think it's Nashville. It could be.
It's close. Nashville's grown a lot over these last few years, so I would imagine it's bigger than Buffalo. But yeah, I don't see Buffalo ever hosting the NFL Draft, but I could be wrong there too. Green Bay is going to host it April of 2025. So that would be cool.
You are probably correct on that. Because Buffalo is 600 in Nashville. My information may have been old information, like maybe 400,000 years ago. But for some reason, I thought, let's see, population of Buffalo, of Buffalo. Yeah, 276,000. So you're right. I don't know. I'm thinking of. So I don't know.
All right. Well, kudos to the Green Bay Packers for securing the NFL Draft in 2025, and that should be pretty epic from Lambeau Field and Titletown. That whole area will be flooded with NFL fans cheering on their team's draft picks, which has become just one of those amazing things. If you watched any of it from Kansas City this last month, it was pretty intense. So anywho, remember everybody, you change the world when you help one person. Be a blessing to someone this week. Enjoy your Memorial Day weekend. Honor those who sacrifice their all and stay safe. All right, everybody. Thank you, Joann. Thank you, Tom.
Bye-bye. Happy 500.
Happy
Bye-bye.
500.
Yeah, and happy Memorial Day for everybody.